Pastor, we are on the counseling part. What
Yeah,
was the
so,
counseling part for you, the
for
communication
for
style?
me, it was a lot of learned behaviors
Mm-hmm.
that I I learned as being young. You know, like simple stuff like when you were a kid, you go to the barber shop and the barber asks you, "Hey man, how many girlfriends you got?" You know, stuff like that that you just learn behaviors that you do, or even for us, like my wife say, you know, like she said, the astrological sign. I'm an Aquarius. I'm an Aquarius to the T.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very internal.
That means
You know,
what?
meaning that I'm sometimes I don't talk. I'm not real verbal.
Mm-hmm.
I have to warm up to people. You know, talk a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So that means that it's times that I would tell her when I come home, I've used my words up for the day. You know, but I need to engage her. So had to learn that she's not against me. She's on my team. She's on my side
Mm-hmm.
because it was always whenever she got into her feelings and started, saying whatever she was saying. I'm like, okay, she not with me. She against me. So and I really looked at it that way. She's against me.
Mm-hmm.
So then I would shut down and I'm done talking. And don't and so I hold shit too. She would be going off like this and all that shit. And I mean, yeah, you apologize, but you meant that shit. Because I know is a lot of times I will tell her something and I will know that I said it this way or I said it this way. I could have said it better this way. So I can say, hey boo, I said that wrong. I meant this, and this. Because the interpretation is important. But when you say something like one thing she would always say is, I said it so I meant it. Well, okay. If you meant what you said, then okay, I'm gonna take it just like you said it.
Mm-hmm.
Then because and see, I know that I can say things the wrong way sometimes. So I'll come back and say, hey, I was wrong for that. I didn't mean that way. I meant it this way. Because I understand how I would communicate differently. I don't talk to I'm very general when I talk about stuff. So if I'm upset and I say something to you, then I may not be clear with it because I really don't feel like talking. So I'll say it the way I think it. And sometimes that's not good.
He's his mind goes 1,000 miles ahead. So he's going to tell me from point A to point 1,000, and the things in between that he needs to tell me, he omitted
Right.
because his mind is already so far. But we had to learn to communicate, and I catch him on things. I call him out on things because it wasn't so long ago that we were talking about this one thing. Like, hun, you didn't tell me such and such. You thought you told me such and such. In your mind, you did this one thing. It could be something pertaining to the bills or something important that I would need to know. In his mind, he did it. So he just went on and did it. And he'd be like, oh, I told you. And then have to come back, no, I thought I told you, but I didn't. He's so used to doing, different things. Or
taking care of the situation, taking care of it.
Yeah.
And then I'll tell her the generality.
He won't tell me the things in depth, but that were important things. Because, women, we need detail. Right. This is another thing that helped us along our journey with communication, along with counseling. We read this book. We tell couples that, we talk to, if you don't understand how and why a woman and man communicate the way that they do, it's going to be problems.
Yeah. Yeah.
We read a book. It says women are from Mars, men are from Venus. That book changed the way that we thought and communicated with each other. Yeah. And it softened the way that I perceive his train of thought, the way that he thinks, the way that a man thinks and the way that a woman thinks is totally different. Like, we're going to communicate and I'm going to tell you everything. You're going to get every little detail. He's going to communicate. He's just going to tell you the X, the Y, and the Z, and that's it. Yeah. He's not going to tell you anything between, but I had to call him out on that. Yeah. I called him out on that because I know that's how he is. But he made a point one time and said when he's at work, he has to be very detailed.
Yeah, because I mean, that's work.
If you can be very detailed at work.
Work pays the bill.
I don't want to hear it, but this is work too. But this is work too.
Yes.
So if you can put in, that let me know that he can do it.
Yes.
It came out of his own mouth, and I called him out on it. If you can put in the work and take the time to be detailed on your job, then you can put in the work and be detailed and communicate with me. And he started little by little.
When we say marriage is work, this is what we mean.
It's work.
Marriage is work. You know, it's Kevin on stage and his wife. They have a podcast. Marriage is hard.
It is.
It's hard. It's not something that you take lightly. You know, and it just disturbs my spirit when we know people who could have made it.
Right.
They throw in the towel. And what we want to encourage you guys to do is hang in there, because there's some tools that you can use to get you where you want to be in marriage. You know, it can get you to those highlight reels that you love to see us in so much, you know. And
Or do you have people who have a fallacy?
Yeah.
They have a, you know, and honest to God is when you start as a kid, you know, and I hate to again to show on this thing, but little girls are taught at young ages. They wear the bride thing and all that. They do all that, so you get a picture of what being married is, and then you have this in your head all these years of what marriage is supposed to be, because you dream about that. Guys don't think about that. We don't think about all that.
And that's the romance that we were talking about. You know, that we are groomed for romance. And that's why I'm saying you can't expect a man to be romantic when that wasn't what he was groomed as.
Hell no.
A man was groomed differently. A man was groomed, you go out there and you get it.
Yeah. And especially men that's been veterans, that's been in the military serving. Like,
you go out there, you get it. You are the priest of your home.
Yeah.
You are the provider of your home, and you are the protector of your home. So if that man is doing those three things, and you looking for romance because you didn't sit here and watch Young and the Restless and
no,
you didn't sit down,
Atlanta Housewives and all of that.
You didn't sit down with your grandma. I gotta talk about Generation X.
Yes.
You didn't sit down with your grandma and you didn't look at Erica Kane on All My Children. Victor Newman treating Nikki
Newman. That's
a
right.
certain way on Young and the Restless.
What?
We have the romance ideas in our heads.
Yes.
But we expecting our men to bring it to the forefront. No, that man is the priest of your home. That man is the protector of your home. And that man is the provider of your home. So now we got women that saying, I'm independent. I don't need no man. Let me tell y'all something. I will always need my man.
Yeah, me too.
Okay?
Yeah, I need mine too.
When I need gas in my car, guess who put it in?
What?
Okay.
Look.
When I need my car clean, guess who put it in there? And let me say this, because I had me a little episode last month. When I need to be taken care of, guess who take care of me? My man.
Okay.
My husband. I remember my Aunt Esther Ruth, rest her soul, when she, at her funeral, one of her mentees stood up and said that my aunt told her, take care of my man. Make sure he is straight while I'm going through this.
Wow.
Yeah.
And she didn't mean take care of him like
no, well, of course,
but it was a different
right.
Take care of my man. My job as Walter's wife is to make sure that I'm taking care of him. Like Leslie was talking about catering to you.
Yes.
That is my job.
Yes, I love catering to him.
If Walter want to get in there and fry me some fish, I'm gonna make the potato salad. Okay, because I'm gonna do my part. I'm gonna help him clean.
You
up.
Gonna wash the dishes.
Yes.
That's it. It is a team. It's a team.
Effort and communication
is key. And you talk to each other and you tell each other what you like. Right. Yes. And I can so relate to that, because thankfully we have those type of husbands. For me, I have to be careful if I say something too loud that I won't, because he gonna break his neck to get it. And them kids too, our kids are so blessed. You know, there is nothing that I want for like I need. And I'm just so thankful. He goes without things, and now other than hunting,
Yes.
and that's expensive. But you know, I get on him because over the years he's gotten better with buying things for his own self, and he certainly can do that 10 times over. But he's gonna make sure that I have all the stuff that I need, the kids, and you know. And I'm like, hon, I want you to do this for you. You deserve this, you know. And he is still to the point because he's so independent, and I'm so thankful for this. Till he continues to thank me for doing things like laying his clothes out, bringing him his food. And I'm like, that brings me joy doing that.
But you know
to serve you.
That's also appreciation. That is a man who appreciates what his woman brings to him. You know, and because because this one right here, babe, what I'm wearing. But I'm waiting to see what you win, so you know we can make sure we are coordinated. You know why? Because when we move, we are a unit.
They're units. That's it.
And so the coordination is more or less a vibe.
Yeah, it is.
It's a
Win vibe.
Yes,
that's it.
It's an alignment.
Yep. It's a Jackson vibe over here.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so, baby, we talking about communication, but look like we still on PDA from.
Yeah, and that's okay because it all goes hand in hand. It all goes hand in hand. And it shows when you learning how to communicate like that. When you can communicate.
Last week, communication is just not verbal.
No, right.
And the thing, going back to like we were saying, as a man, you have you need to be have an appreciation and not an expectation.
That's good. That's good. That's good. And that's him all the time. That is him. That's him.
Nobody has to do anything.
That's
They
it.
don't have to do nothing.
That's it. That's it.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, that's it. He says that all the time. Grandma.
Wife doesn't have to do anything. Appreciate.
Yeah.
When I come home, I expect my food to be appreciate.
But you know, there's a lot of marriages. That's how they operate.
And then to me, that's a servitude type.
That's a servitude. If that's okay and that works for them, fine.
Yes.
But to me, it's so much better when you are serving each other and it just comes out of something that you want to do from your heart.
Thank you.
You know, and also it comes from communication because I mean, there are certain things that I may have had to tell my husband, maybe I don't like this, I don't like that. And him the same thing. Talk to each other and say, hey, you know, I might not like, you know, for you to fold my underwear this way. Such and such. Now seriously, he's particular about the towels.
Yes.
He wants the towels in there cute. Anything else, he doesn't care, but he communicates to me about that. So I only go and mess the towels up when I'm mad at him. Other than that, I'm going to put the towels in there the way that I know he likes.
Yeah. Yeah.
In a way that.
But communicate those little things, and it had to get to a point to where I tell him, I want you to tell me when you don't like something.
Yeah.
You don't have to go along with it just because you don't want any confrontation. To me, withholding communication because you don't want a confrontation causes problems.
Right.
It's not wanting confrontation. Like I told her recently that I don't like spaghetti.
Yeah.
But,
But
wait a minute now.
cooking spaghetti for 25 years. Man, eat it
Wait a
every
minute.
But look, and it's not it's not about confrontation. But I was taught, my grandmother taught me that if somebody takes the time to cook for you, you appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yes.
And if it may not be your preference, but it's good food, eat it.
Yeah.
So I did because we didn't waste food in my house because we ain't always had.
Yeah.
So we ate whatever we had. My grandmother cooked. She cooked one meal, and you ate that meal. You didn't have all these other people like today. Some people in their house have 3 or 4 different meals.
Yeah.
Oh, what she cooked is what we ate.
Yeah.
We like it or not. We don't get to say I don't like this. I don't like this. I don't know. You gonna be hungry.
But
I wasn't raised that way.
I appreciate that so much about him, and that just shows his humility and how he was raised. But when I tell y'all that hurt my heart, when I tell y'all this is like a month ago, This is like a month ago. It was this year, hun. It was this year that he told me. I don't know what made him say it, but he said, I don't like spaghetti. I've never liked spaghetti, y'all. I just wanted to pass out, and you know why I wanted to pass out? Because it hurt me to know that he ate something that he didn't like, and that I wanted him to tell me, why you didn't tell me? Wouldn't hurt my feelings. I would not cook it. I might cook.
So is it spaghetti with ground meat or chicken spaghetti?
Spaghetti.
Just any
pasta. I'm not a big pasta.
Okay.
No.
Wow.
I don't like hamburger helper.
Wow.
Now I've been stopped cooking hamburger helper since we first got married because he told me he ain't like it.
Yeah.
But he been eating spaghetti all this year.
So no.
I don't only eat mac and cheese when it has the lobster and the
chicken. My cousin made some macaroni and cheese, some crawfish macaroni.
Yeah, I eat that.
My God. I told her, I said, you've been holding out on me because she want to go to the store. Whenever we have some over here, she want to go to the store and buy some a tub of mustard potato salad. And I like potato salad from scratch.
Yeah.
It's the only way I like it. So even if she bring that, I'm gonna put a spin. Yeah, I got to make it the way we gonna eat it.
Yeah.
You know. But I learned that chick know how to make this crawfish macaroni and cheese. And I told her, I say, you've been holding out on me. Yeah. Not only holding out on that, we had went to her home woman when she bought her new house, and she had the spaghetti. Oh my, it was off the chain.
Wow.
She made this. I was thinking it was my other first cousin, and it was her that made. You've been holding out on us.
Oh wow.
We cooking up a storm over here. So you just bringing stove bought stuff.
Let's get back on the subject.
Okay.
It happens.
It happens. We were talking about spaghetti. Okay, but let's go back to look. Even though I'm talking about that, it still have to do with communication because she did not communicate to me that she can make this stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, but I'm holding her accountable from here on out. But back to the topic at hand.
Yeah. So I mean, all of those years I didn't know. So we had to learn. Very important for us that we learn in counseling as well. Mm-hmm. This is probably one of the main things. And because of the way he thinks about me, I'm really grateful. But still, it's like, it is okay to agree to disagree.
Yeah.
Because we don't agree about the same thing does not mean I don't love you.
Ooh.
We had to learn that, y'all. We would, oh my gosh, it would be the biggest blow ups because I would not agree with him. I mean, I'd have a different point of view. And like I told him, we come from different backgrounds.
Yeah.
But I have my own mind.
Yeah.
So, it doesn't mean any dishonor to you because my way of thinking is different because I have a different perspective. Mm-hmm. I'm very, very optimistic. I'm going to always see the glass half full versus half empty.
Yeah.
And I think that it has helped to build our relationship. He truly is my best friend. Mm-hmm. Now, I couldn't say that. Mm-hmm. At all the times in our marriage, but now he truly is my best friend. But it had to take for us to learn that, you can respect the fact that everything that I say is not going to match you. That's not real. That's not even real in friendship, outside of marriage. If you're not saying, okay, well, I have a different perspective on this and be able to respect that, talk through it and appreciate it. We had to learn to do that, y'all. Yeah. That was like one of our biggest obstacles in communicating. And we learned it, and counseling helped us. It really helped us.
So, all right. What you got to say?
Because proper communication can alleviate a lot of problems in marriage. We sometimes we take it for granted, or as men we take it for granted that it's not important. And we kind of go with the thing, little is better. Keep it simple.
Keep it simple. Yeah.
Yeah. Keep it simple.
Keep it simple, stupid.
Yeah. But what you have to learn is that not only must you learn your communication style, but you must learn your mate's communication style.
Yeah.
And a form of respect is you learning it and also adhering to it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell y'all something about Walter. if if I hit him with too much information at one time, pump the brakes. I'm not even listening to what you're saying.
Wow.
And you know what I have done over the years? I have learned to accept that. Because
You was
what
overloading him?
I was overloading him.
Mhm.
Yeah.
He didn't have the capacity.
They don't process
Well,
stuff like we do. It's weird.
Because we don't. Okay, because women think y'all think about all this other stuff. We think about this.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
we gotta take care of this right now.
Yeah.
So you talking about all this other stuff, and we like, this is pertinent for me right now.
Yeah.
This is what I need to take care of.
Yeah.
All this other stuff is completely irrelevant right now. I don't need to deal with that.
But not only that, Jack. As soon as he was coming in from work,
oh no,
hey, this podcast is about communication and understanding. So I'm being real with y'all.
Mhm.
When he would come in from work, it was time for me to download. And he didn't have the capacity.
Yeah, because he needed his own. He needed a time for him to down from work.
From work,
he needed to digress.
He needed to step back and then come and say, "Hey, you know." And then I had to learn to question him, even if it was a couple of hours. Is this a good time? Yeah. This is what happened with Jalen today, or this is what Aspen called me with, or this is what happened at school today with one of the kids. You know, I couldn't just hit him as soon as I got it. Mm-hmm. You know, even though I was working too, we have the ability as women to hold more of a capacity than men.
Because we don't want to.
You know. Now hold up now. Now hold on. Now hold up now. Because you don't want to.
No, because we what happened.
So that means that means that you're capable of it, but you're not doing it.
No, what happened is we will lose focus. And you'll start talking to us and we ain't hearing nothing you saying. Yeah. Because we had to okay, there was a lady. Mm-hmm. She was doing a TED talk. She did a thing where she dressed like she cut her hair. She dressed like a man for 1 year. Mm-hmm. And she walked around and was a man for a year. Mm-hmm. She wrote a book when she was done. Mm-hmm. And then she later committed suicide. Because she said, people have no idea what men deal with out in the world. No idea. Women have no idea what men deal with. Mm-hmm. Men are brutalized. They're treated a certain way. They're treated like this. They're doing this, and that. And you have no idea what men have to deal with. Now imagine the black men out there, and we come home, and then you hit us with all this other stuff, and we've been dealing with these folks all day,
right? And
now you got to download to us, and we ain't ready yet.
Y'all not ready.
We ain't ready.
The first thing we want is just silence.
Yeah, just give me 30, 45 minutes first.
Yeah.
You know, and like for me, like Leslie know now, but it used to be when we first got married, it was an issue about me going to the gym. Mm-hmm. The gym is an anchor for me.
I used to go to the gym every day. Let me tell y'all, with him, it bothered me because, you know, us women, we wear so many hats.
Yeah.
We do so many things.
Yeah.
But for him, it was work. Mm-hmm. It was going to church. Mm-hmm. And he gonna go to the gym.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay? He gonna go to the gym.
Yeah.
And be looking for, you know, whatever nighttime. Okay, you know what I'm talking about. But, and that was the things. Anything else was extra outside of that. But those things was going to happen.
Yeah.
And we would argue about that all the time because I felt like he was prioritizing the gym over me, over the family, over whatever. He wasn't going to miss that. But what I had to learn over the years, he's doing that for his mental health. He's doing that not only for his physical health. He has a history of diabetes of both parents. Yes. And he's trying to keep, even though he is, you know, he is diabetic, but he wants to stay healthy and I want him to stay around. I had to learn that. And but it's also about mental health.
And she want him fine.
And he stayed fine. He's been this way like since I was 15. He's always been fine. Thank you, babe.
And she want him fine, but was getting upset because he going to the gym.
I was getting so upset because why every day? Why every day?
Because that is what is required.
No,
You know,
because
but
no,
it's required.
I would always
and
put things that I wanted to do and that I knew I needed to do for myself to the side, but for my family. So I felt like, why can't he do this?
Why can't he do it?
Time?
Because
that was
see,
a problem.
And see, that's the thing where we have been taught as women that we put ourselves on the back burner, and we cannot do that.
But let me
We
tell
cannot do that, Leslie.
Let me tell you what happened. There were some things that he loved so much.
Yeah.
Till I had to stop complaining and fussing about him.
Yeah.
I had to join him.
Okay.
I don't like working out. Couldn't stand it. But he used to go to CrossFit and all of this stuff. And I said, you know what? You're going to have to quit with all this complaining and go with your husband and support him and do what you don't feel like doing so you can spend time with him at the gym.
That's right. And but did that, you joining him at the gym, did that strengthen your bond?
Because it made him feel like it wasn't all about, and men, and I know Walter does this. When it come down to where y'all going, it's going to be whatever. Val, I think I want to go here. I think I want to go there. And they're going to fall in line with whatever we want to do.
Right.
But it made him feel like, hey, she is thinking about something that I like. It's not all about her and the kids and the family. What I like to do is important. So when I start doing that, he know I would fuss the whole time. I'm working out. I'm fussing and cussing. But he enjoyed me being there with him. And then I started going hunting with him. What I did that for? And I really like it.
Yeah.
He started talking about it so much. And I just was like, I got to go and see what this is that he loves so much about this hunting thing.
Because one thing that you have to remember is that we are one. We're two different people that God is fusing together. And like I said, we move as a unit. And the thing with Walt, he does his work also, what have you. It wasn't me having a problem with him going. I think when we first got married, I had a problem with you going to the gym. Yeah. And let me tell y'all something. He was so fine. Oh, he was fine. But I do I feel like you fine now?
You say I was. Hey.
What I told you yesterday, though?
We need to go walking.
Oh. No, what I said yesterday.
You look so good.
What I said yesterday. Oh, you look so good. Okay, so yeah, I still think you.
I know that's
fine.
Right.
Okay, but let me say this.
Look like a Papa platter.
Let me say this. He was. I always loved his shoulders and the V.
Yes,
it was the V. Okay, now we know Walter blamed his weight gain on me being pregnant because I did not like to eat alone. But our kids are in close to 30 now. One of them is in their 30s and the other one is close. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm cool with it though.
Beautiful.
I mean, yes. He always tell Walt, you are a beautiful man.
Yes, he's very handsome.
My friend, my bestie, Tanya, called him Habib. I always call him Habib because, the hair and everything, the beard, Habib looking little fella. Let me tell y'all something. We call her husband Habib too. But my thing is I am happy with Walt and Walt's appearance because he takes pride in what he wear couple. And he knows what I like.
Yep.
And he we just align.
Yeah.
Just like y'all I love to see y'all together.
Yeah.
Y'all had on yellow for something. Where we went? Y'all had on some yellow. I was like,
was it for Sharon's
it was
birthday?
Okay, it could have been. It could have been. Yeah, I said, I like this because Lester even had the
Oh, she did it.
Like the embellish his hat.
Yes, the hat. Yes, with the
it was polka dot.
Polka dot. And I was like, man, this is sharp. In my mind, this is sharp. I love that.
Let me tell y'all, we've had to grow into that.
Yeah,
and we've always liked to dress. He loved his thing was he had to have a suit on every time he went to church. That's how he was raised. Anything outside of that, he wanted to wear sweatpants.
Yeah.
We had to evolve into that, y'all.
Yeah.
He would fuss when we go places, and I'm a foo-foo and used to doing pageants and all of that, and used to belly dance and all this, and he was there with me the whole time. He was there with me when he didn't want to be. And that's another reason why I had to start learning to do some of the things that he wanted to do.
Yeah.
But he didn't like to dress at all. Now he does. He enjoys it.
But y'all look good.
We have to evolve, y'all.
Y'all
because
look good.
He used to fuss, and sometimes he do fuss. And I say, babe, this is not a jeans event. This is not a tennis shoe event. So would you mind wearing this for me? And when it come down to wearing a tux, I got to do special favors. They have to wear a tux.
Hello.
It's
nothing wrong with the special favors.
I do the special favors because I just love seeing him in a tux, but he can't stand wearing them.
I'm gonna tell you this.
He'll wear them for me.
I'm gonna tell you this, and shout out to all of our friends, because I told Leslie, this before. We have no ugly friends.
No, we don't. Thank God,
we have no. Everybody look
It's
good.
Yes,
everybody when they come out, they bring their game, their A game, baby. People be looking, and it ain't about making people look. It's about us being just who we are and walking in it. And
we
baby,
carry ourselves, our confidence.
we walk in that thing.
We're classy,
we walk in that thing. And so
yes, we do.
I love it. I love my honey and how he dresses. I love,
so
because
cute.
I be
gosh.
Okay, but now yesterday, I need to dedicate this podcast to my late great Uncle Perry, or my dad is second to the youngest brother. He passed, and I had to speak at the funeral. And my husband, now I'm up here speaking, but my husband, and I'm fully clothed. I got a turtleneck on. I got some corduroy pants, cute little boots, little navy blue sweater. And my husband is videoing me. You know, he's filming me as I'm giving my speech, and then gonna tell me, girl, you look bow-legged up there. You looking good or whatever. So the PDA, you know.
I was in church.
The funeral was actually at the funeral home.
That counts as church.
That count as church. So yes, we were in church. And so he my husband never misses the opportunity to let me know how I make him feel. See, and let me tell you something.
What talking about?
There he go. I absolutely love. There he go, looking at me like this. I absolutely love it. You know, because we've been together for 30 years, 32 years, a little over 32 years. And for him to still have it for me like that, because I always say I keep it tight, keep it right.
What? Okay, you letting yourself go.
Yeah, woman said, what that woman, that lady on Instagram said, she got to have the mind of Jesus, but she got to have the body of a whore.
That is it. You know,
you gotta keep yourself together for you.
You gotta keep yourself together, and you have to set that standard for other women to reach.
That's it.
And see, I'm gonna tell y'all something. We have no ugly friends. So every woman in our tribe, baby, we're not playing around. And y'all done seen us. We're not playing around. So I mean, you know, keep it tight and keep it right.
That's when you go from appreciation to expectation.
That's it.
See, as a unit, is an expectation. Individually is an appreciation. But as a unit, is an expectation. Just like for your birthday when we went to that club later on that night.
Oh yeah,
we was going to get the drinks, me and Jack.
Yep.
And young lady said, "Excuse me." I said, "Yeah." She said, "You with that the crew over there?" I say, "Yeah." She said, "I'm gonna let y'all know, and y'all dressed nice." I said, "Well, thank you."
She said, "No." She said, "Y'all doing it. Y'all doing
it." Yeah. And so the thing is, that's when you deal with expectations.
And I'm gonna tell you something. Just looking at our fellas and how they carry themselves. Baby, when they walk into places, they are setting the standard because they like, where these good looking black men come from? Because when I tell you good looking black men, all of them are good looking black men. It's like we good looking black ladies. We good looking black women. You know. So my thing is when we move, we vibe, we align and we set the tone and the standard for where we go, and our communication is on point.
It is, and the way that we treat each other when we're out in public, it's just the way that we are.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah.
People see that, and you think that people don't be
They
noticing, but they always
notice,
you know, watching.
and they say stuff.
Yes, they do.
Know,
yeah,
y'all are beautiful. We could be in a grocery store, and they say, "We just want to tell you, you beautiful." Not, and some men, like when I go to the grocery store by myself, they be messing with me, talking about, "Girl, I can take you back to New Orleans." And then when I go to the grocery store with Walter, he said, because one guy said, "I would love to have you in New Orleans, take you back." Then he seen Walter. Lord have mercy, you got a beautiful wife. Y'all, but let me tell you this.
But he was respectful.
But let me tell you this. Y'all are a beautiful couple.
Yeah.
Now she
You
didn't.
see?
He say she ain't tell me all that.
Now you see?
I told you I was married,
right?
and the only person I'm going to New Orleans with is my husband. You know, but you wasn't expecting what he was bringing to the table. When you see us, we are a unit, and you know that God designed us and fashioned us together.
Yeah, and it's not just you are beautiful people on the outside, but you also can have that aura about you. You have
y'all
that light about you. That's something that's different about you. You have that light about you as a couple that makes you stand out because of who you are. And then when you get to know you, you're like, oh, they are so neat.
Because the thing is, you know, this shows everyone out there that there's different forms of communication. And communication is not shallow.
No, it is not.
It can't be shallow.
I love your word.
Yeah.
It comes with depth.
It does come with depth. It comes with depth. It comes with it's so funny, but it's so on point. It comes with depth. It comes with work. It comes with being vulnerable. It comes with setting yourself instead of being selfish.
Yes.
Putting that selfishness aside to say, I am going to push through what I wouldn't do. I don't want to tell him I'm sorry. I don't want to say nothing to him. I don't want to, compliment him on what he did because he done made me mad. That kind of stuff. You have to push through those things. And the more you are aligned with each other, you understand that, hey, it's okay for me to do it. It's not going to take anything or say anything about myself. I'm not going to lose anything for me communicating with my spouse, whether it's good or bad, even holding things or saying, hey, babe, the way that you said something to me wasn't okay.
Yeah.
Not communicating even those things when it's hard.
Yeah.
You learn that you can do that.
But even tone.
Oh.
Yeah.
Tone and tenor is part of communication. How you saying it, what tone you're using, because I used to be sarcastic. Then Walter started matching my energy.
What?
And let me tell you something, I ain't like that. Once he started matching my energy with the sarcasm,
wait, you wasn't ready for that.
I was not ready. He flipped the script on me. I did not like it. So when I didn't like it, guess who checked herself? I checked myself. And I made sure that my tone and my tenor when I approach him with things was different.
Yeah,
because
that shows a level of you have respect.
Absolutely.
Because if you just say anything fly by night to somebody, then you don't respect who you're talking to.
Yeah,
it's like and not to say that and liken them unto your parents, but when you talk to your mom or your dad or your grandfather, your grandmother. You ain't gonna just say something fly by.
Now, hold on now, Jack. Now, I just showed you a video of my aunt Tammy. I done mentioned her several times on this podcast.
Aunt Tammy, you are so funny.
I didn't showed you. I can tell you this with my parents, baby, they are something else in the communication department. They do not care what they tell each other. Well, and I want it to be different.
Yeah,
my marriage.
Yeah,
because one thing, and I'm not knocking my mom or anything. I think that's just her way of taking up for herself.
Right.
When my daddy come with crazy stuff, because he does come with crazy stuff. I did not want to come across as disrespectful to my husband. I never wanted him to feel like he was just being disrespectful.
Right.
That was never my intent or anything like that. And I had to learn his communication style, and I had to check myself on my tone.
Yeah, me too.
Because sometimes it wasn't what I was saying, it was
how.
how I was
Oh, yeah.
saying.
'Cause your
that's-
intent is something that can't be measured.
No,
You know your intent,
right.
but you can't portray that out there.
No.
So you in your heart, you can say, "Well, I didn't intend that," but if you don't convey that across, then they don't know. All they know is what you said and how you said it. So now if you get somebody who's emotional,
Yeah.
then you get that response of that emotional person.
Yeah.
You know, that's one of many reasons why I always say men don't have the room to operate in emotions. Because when a man operated in emotions, that's when you get men out there, busting windows and busting lights and all kinds of shit like that.
Yeah.
You don't want men to operate in emotions.
Right.
No, it should be. Now this is my belief, and this is just my belief system. But I believe it should be logic and intellect when men operate.
Yes.
It should not be emotions.
Yeah.
Because of what men have the capability of doing.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you don't operate like that.
Right.
We don't get the path to walk in emotions. We
Right.
don't get to do that.
I think that emotional intelligence play a bigger part with men than it do with women.
Yeah.
Because with men, we really do expect y'all to stay calm, cool, and collected all the
You
time.
gotta be more stoic. You gotta be more stoic.
Yes.
Yeah.
So when y'all do show emotion, and there's nothing wrong with a man showing emotion. Let me say that. Because one thing we want y'all to be is real.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
But when y'all do show emotion, it's up to us to give you a place to feel
Well, you're safe. That's right.
where you're safe.
Yeah.
And we can't, as women, when you show him, look at you with your no.
Yeah.
Exactly. Then you're never gonna see that again.
You never gonna see that again.
Yeah.
But if you give him that soft place,
Yes.
that soft spot,
Yes.
this is where you come
Yes.
because it's you and me against the world, and I'm your sacred
Right.
place. Like you used to call me the garden.
Yeah.
Explain to them about the garden. You remember? You got to remember about that.
The Gordon.
Okay, well, you want me to keep talking? But he used to call me like the garden, like where he has to manicure the garden and take care of the garden.
Yeah.
So when it's time for him to enter the garden, he enters that place of peace.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes, I love that.
The man, we cultivate that.
Yeah.
That's the word I was
You
looking
have
for.
to.
Cultivate
Yes.
Yeah.
Because
You
the
have
thing
to.
is that you got to make sure within the garden, the main thing of the beauty of it is the soil.
Mhm.
That's right.
And so they're just saying that you have to make sure that you till.
Mhm.
That's
So
it.
with your spouse, with your wife, you got to make sure that you do those things that causes growth.
Yes. Yeah.
Those things that do not cause weeds to grow. Weeds grow because basically you're not tending to it.
Attending to
Right.
it.
Mhm.
Right.
So you have to make sure the things to get that beauty that you desire.
Mhm.
You have to make sure that you set the foundation for that to occur.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so true. I love how you put that with the
Yeah.
garden. I'm gonna be thinking about that all the time. I'm a garden.
Yeah.
I'm a garden.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
you can turn on Secret
Yeah.
Garden.
I wanna blow your mind. Yeah.
Oh,
You come on in with the bear one.
Yeah.
There you go.
I told her she has to be.
My Barry White used to always sing, yeah, I'm playing your game.
It's
Oh, you're playing your game,
baby.
Yeah. Playing your game, baby.
Yeah, he used to come home from work. I'm playing your game, baby. I used to be so tickled. Your game, baby. I'm like, oh my goodness.
And what BW say, Barry White from down.
Yeah,
But
Lord.
yeah,
is
that
a
garden,
mess.
we have to make sure that it's his job to make sure it's cultivated and all of that, to make sure that I'm blossoming as the flower.
Yeah. And you will.
And that's beautiful.
Yeah, and
you know.
then we need to recognize as well, like, when a man comes home to that garden,
Yeah.
he don't want a garden that's full of allergies. That means it's all
And
over the
thorns.
place and thorns and all of this and bugs.
Yes.
That means that we need to know that your man is coming home. He didn't had a hard day.
Yes.
He's dealing with all of the things in the
Yes.
world that a man has to deal with.
Yes.
He wants to come to a place of peace.
Peace.
So
A
I had to
place
learn that
of
too.
peace.
It don't have to be that rah 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 all the time.
But let me ask you this: when the Polo, I ain't see it. I'm sorry. When the wife is working and the husband is working, both of you are bringing in the income to the household. When both of you arrive at home, you know, you have to be each other's peace.
Yes, you do. And you have to set that standard of understanding and saying, hey, I'm going to take my few minutes. I might need to go take my bathroom, go take my walk. You're going to go to the gym. We're going to go together. I might have to run right in the house, get the kids, take them somewhere and do whatever. We have to have that understanding.
And it's to me that teamwork works best, because me and Walt used to pass responsibilities. I'm getting off at 3:00 today. When you get off at work at 3:45, when you get home, you know, the meal will be done and everything. He didn't mind doing that.
Yeah.
You know. And so my thing is the teamwork has to work. And when he would get off later than me, he know he was gonna have a meal.
Yeah.
If not, he knew I was gonna pick up something. Because there's nothing wrong with picking up something, ladies.
Nope.
You know, you have to keep the balance.
It's about balance.
And the thing, that way you don't get into a power struggle.
Yeah.
You know, because we get so caught up in women must submit. But I told y'all, in Ephesians 5, it says submit one to another. So that means you gotta come up with a plan and work that plan. Everything that worked for my household may not work for your household. You got to find out what will work for your household.
Yeah. And I'm so thankful that, like you said, you guys had to delegate things to each other.
Yeah.
I am so thankful when you talk about communication, over the years, we've had to communicate.
Yeah.
And I will tell y'all now, he will do everything. He can clean. He can cook. He had to. But there was a time when I had to say, babe, I need some help. I need some help. And you know what? He helped me.
Yeah.
Now, he will wash clothes. He will mop. He will clean up. I have to tell him, please go sit down.
Let me tell you something.
I don't want you to do anything, but I am so thankful because I know men right now that they won't pick up their underwear when they take them off.
Let me tell y'all something. If you want your spouse to be a willing spouse for nighttime activities, help her out. Especially if she's a working spouse.
So she won't be so tired when
so she won't be so tired when she get in the bed and she can handle her business. You know, help her out. It's nothing wrong with a man washing clothes or washing dishes, folding clothes. Because if she didn't cook for you, it's nothing wrong with you cleaning up the kitchen.
Right.
You know, especially if you want that midnight snack.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna say now, if there's some women that you don't work and your man is the only one working. And your man have to come home to a nasty house.
I'm mad at you.
There's some problems there. That means you're taking advantage.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're taking advantage.
Yeah.
It ain't, you don't sit and watch the stories all day long and shop all day long.
Like
Your
you
husband
didn't
come
get
home,
hungry
he
no
gotta
time.
tend to the kids. He got to do this and run around and rip around because marriage is work.
Yeah.
So you have to meet each other where they are.
Yeah.
Okay. You know, even if you are both working, and we have did it for years, you know, we had to find that happy medium because there was a time when I was frustrated, and then it harbors resentment.
Yeah.
It harbors resentment because I would be like, I'm angry with you because he gets to go to the gym when I got to stay back and cook. I got to do the homework with the kids and all this and that. You know, before I get in, he gets home, he's going to be ready to relax, and he's going to want certain things, and I am going to probably be too tired, you know, but it took us communicating over the years, and for me to find a way to say to him lovingly, hun, I need some help, and thankful he was receptive, you know, of that. Yeah. Because that harboring resentment, when you do not communicate, you holding on to things and say, oh, I don't want to cause a problem, or I done said it over and over, I ain't saying it again.
Men are not mind readers
by now. Right. He ain't figured it out by now because I'm mad because he ain't paying attention to such and such and such. You have to speak up.
Men are not, they not mind readers.
No.
Well, also, if, you know, I look at it like to see if you and your spouse work, it's the man's responsibility to carry the heavier load.
Right.
Because she's
Yeah.
helping you.
Yeah.
Right.
And so the thing is, because this is what you'll get into. This is kind of knick-knack stuff you get into. Both of you working, the man is doing minimal. He's acting like his wife doesn't work.
Yeah.
So now we get into this question where she says, I work just like you do.
Yeah. That he want this clean and that clean, and I want this to be a model house, and I want food cooked, and the kids better be taken care of. It look, and
They
you
want
need to look like Beyonce all the time too.
June Cleaver.
Yeah.
But the June Cleaver with a 40-hour work week, that don't match. That don't go good.
They said now we start getting into words of war.
Yeah.
Because now we get into I make as much as you do.
Yeah.
Or if you don't, if you want me to do all these things, make more money.
Give me a maid.
Give me. And so the carrying of the heavy weight is on the man.
On the man, yeah.
So that's when you go from expectation to appreciation.
Yeah.
You are helping me.
Yeah.
Because that's what God created you to be.
Right.
To help.
Yeah.
Made it by design.
Appreciate that help, gentlemen.
Yeah.
If you want her to do all the things that you desire, as if she wasn't working, well, then you got to make more money.
It's simple
And
as
then
that.
and let me say this: these are not concrete rules.
No.
These are the way things work for us.
Mm-hmm.
You have to find the way things work for you and govern your house accordingly.
Mm-hmm.
However you do that works for you is what you do. It ain't nobody else's business, whatever's going on in your house.
Right. Right.
Just get it done.
Right.
That's it. Just get it done. However it takes for you guys to be happy and get it done, that's what you do. Because the end result is to get it done. That's it.
And to be able to be a cohesive unit, and healthy, within your family. So you can't do that without effective communication. I will say communication too also isn't just what we say verbally. It's your body language. And he say it all the time. I could be saying something, I can match his tone, because that's what we try to be cognitive of. Not only the way that we're saying what we're saying, but to match, each other's tone. I'll be all high. When I get excited, my voice get, elevated. He'll say, bring it on down. Yeah. We have to match each other's tone, but also my body language, because I could be looking at him like, I don't care what you talking about. I ain't studying. And he'll say, look at your face. And I'll say, look at his face, because I already know. He can tell me 95 times ain't nothing wrong with him, but I know when something is wrong with my husband. I know.
I walk around with a messed up face all the time.
No, but I know now. I know now. So it doesn't take as much for me. I used to have to pull it out of him, and that used to make me so mad, because I'm like, you should be able to talk to me. It's okay for you to say I'm bothered by something, or it didn't go well at work today, or I'm worried about this, or I'm whatever. It's okay. You should be able to talk to me, because I know something wrong with you.
Well,
so
I always tell her that I was raised in a house where you don't complain. You think you count your blessings.
But that's not complaining for you to say.
Never have been that person.
But see, and that's another thing we have to get over and learn.
We can't sweep things under the rug. If something sparks, Leslie's not a mind reader. Just like Walter is not a mind reader.
I didn't expect her to try to mitigate the situation, or solve the situation. I just dealt with it. Whatever it was that was bothering me, I deal with it.
But that's your partner.
So instead of me complaining about it, I always make the best of it.
But that's the thing. But it could be a problem for him, and that's another thing I said. You were raised like that. But let me say, I am appreciative of how my husband is. It is like a double-headed sword with some things. Most things it works, but he has the Superman mentality. That's how he was raised. Because they were his grandparents and my parents, who raised in the Depression and stuff. They were thankful for everything they had. They didn't waste stuff. You weren't gonna be running around here complaining and all this. You had to always give your best, do your best at everything. We had to be better than everybody. So. His mentality is, you take a person that's been raised like that, a person that's been raised to think that there's nothing that he can't do, that he don't put his mind to. Then you go put him in the Marines. Like, I have to deal with Superman all the time. And I love that he's Superman. Okay. I'm protected. Superman's gonna take care of me in our household. But I also want him to know he is human. It is okay. I know something is wrong with you.
Yeah.
It's okay for you to say, hey, babe, even if you say, hey, babe, just give me a minute.
Yeah.
You know, I need a minute to, you know, whatever. And I'm like, okay, I'm here for whatever you need or whenever you want to talk about it. But I don't want you to feel like it's something that you didn't like the spaghetti all these years. You just eating it and you really don't like it. Instead of saying, hey, babe,
you know, that was also an appreciation thing. You
it
know,
was
appreciate
appreciation, but I don't want him to put himself through stuff to show that he's appreciated. But that's because how he was raised.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that. Yeah, I want him to be happy. Just like he goes out of his way and makes sure that I'm happy in anything.
Yeah.
I want him to be the same way. And I want him to know that it's not a problem if you say there's something that you don't like.
I'm going to tell you. Now, I used to like to get this shrimp scampi little prepared meal. Where was the shrimp? I think with the scampi already prepared. And I would do the pasta. My husband just straight up told me, hey, I don't like that. I don't like it no more. You know, when we first had it the first few times with some garlic bread, potato salad, you know,
all the time.
It was cool with the side salad and all that. Then that became a meal of the week. And he said, I'm tired.
See, I could eat fish like that every day. I love it.
Fish?
Oh, Lord.
You ain't saying nothing because that's me right there. Wow. I can eat fish every day. Every day. So, but when he said, I don't like that, I said, well, I like it. You know, I'm preparing it because I like it. You know, and so the compromise was made. We're going to have it once every 2 weeks. Not every week, though, Val. You know.
And would you fix him something different?
I would have to fix him something different.
Yeah.
I would have to fix him something different.
But you know, that's all communication love language.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And, you know, we just giving these folks a glimpse.
That's
it is.
And a true glimpse, a real glimpse.
Yeah, we was real nice.
Is work.
Yeah.
Communication is work. And don't think that, you know, you guys are you being a wimp or you let people it takes work. Find you some good counselors. And even if it's not quote unquote professionals, I would personally recommend some professionals only because
just reach out
if you're
to us.
thankful to have people, some friends or whatever that can hold you accountable that you can't go to talk to, that's great. But sometimes some things that you talk about within your marriage can be too heavy.
Yeah.
Or your family members or even your friends. It's not fair to them.
Right.
You know?
And I'm gonna say this. It's okay to ask people when you need to talk about something. Do they have the capacity to handle it?
Yeah.
Don't just assume. Don't just assume that people have the capacity to help you carry something because that may not be the case. And also, because we're gonna wrap up. Also, I want to say this. Leslie and Lester had Christian counselors. Me and Walt dealt with a holistic counselor, which handled mind, body, and soul. You know, we had to deal with everything and see like they you know they already had y'all gym workout and all that. We had to get into that to understand working out was a way of release.
Yeah. It's not
it ain't just about the
it's about
right
health.
You know, and so my thing is there's all sorts of help out there. If y'all need to send us a private message. Yeah. We can point y'all in the right direction. You know, all of that. But this is for us to share our stories and help somebody. And we hope, you know, we pray that this has helped somebody. We know it has, you know, but we just want to be real with y'all. And like I said, give y'all some behind the scenes.
Yeah.
You know, because y'all see us in all our glory, but y'all don't know the story. And so we sharing the stories with y'all.
Yeah.
You want to say something?
Yeah. Thank you, Jesus.
Yeah, and now we just have to reflect back to first episode of this.
Yes.
The first episode.
The first part was dating your spouse, love in action. The first thing.
Yeah. Reflect back on all that, and you just realize, you know, this is like a cake we're baking, and you put it together.
Yeah.
Fit it to your taste.
Because the first thing, love in action, communication is what? Love in action. Now, next week, we're going to talk a little bit more about understanding, dishing it, but can't take it.
Ooh.
Okay, so y'all just stay tuned, baby. And let me tell y'all something. Go ahead and shoot us your ideas. Go on and DM us, all of that.
Yeah.
Any questions, shoot it to us, because we will
if
try
you
to
have a topic
Yes.
that you think that you want to hear
Yes.
about our opinions or whatever, please let us know.
Yes.
Comment and tell us what you think.
Yes.
Yeah, we appreciate y'all.
All right,
Talk
y'all.
about our favorite couple.
All right, let's get into it. Hold on a second, because I told y'all to hold on for the ending of the episode. And Leslie just reminded me what we supposed to be talking about.
Mm-hmm.
One thing we want to talk about, because February is also the month of love.
Yes.
We wanted to talk about our favorite celebrity couples.
Yes.
And our admiration for them, and also their impact.
Yeah.
You know, and now Leslie had told me to tell y'all how long these people been married. I didn't look that up.
Because I don't know how long.
I didn't look that up, but I am looking at the impact of each one. So I'm gonna let Leslie them start first. So
okay. Yeah. So since it is Black History Month and it's also the month of love, we just thought it was befitting. And since we are here on a panel talking about marriage, some couples that have inspired us. For me, I've learned more about them over the years. Is Paula and Denzel Washington. Pauletta.
Yes.
And it's because like his wife has, to me, been more in the background. We always do Denzel.
Mm-hmm.
But his wife has been there. They've been married, I believe, 30-something years.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And so when you see them together, you know, they embody, you know, a beautiful couple, a couple that you can tell has gone through things.
Yes.
Because him being, you know, in the limelight as a celebrity all these years, he's been a sex symbol. People, Denzel, this and that, you know, that lady has gone through some things, but they have stuck together. And when he talks about his wife,
oh my God,
when he speaks about her,
oh my God,
and how he loves her and how he's so thankful for the things that he's gone and how it's such a beautiful thing. So when I think about a couple that's inspired me, a celebrity couple, I think about them.
All right. Well, oh well, do we want Jack to go? Jack, go on, jump in. Yeah. So, then we'll jump in.
So I will say I don't really get into the admiring the celebrities, but I do have an appreciation for James and Simone Todd Smith.
Hello,
Cool J and Simone.
All the ladies love Cool J.
You check them out. Like hip hop royalty.
Rock the bells.
So I mean,
rock
you
my
check
bells.
him out and watch how he is with his wife.
Yeah,
how she is with him.
Yeah,
you can tell they complement each other.
Oh, absolutely.
Especially him being who he is, and she levels him out and takes care of the things he needs, and he protects. You can see it when they sit next to each other.
Yeah, they've gone through a lot. Go look their story up.
When you see people, and it's something that people don't realize, but when you see people who've been together for that extended amount of time and have lived their life in the public eye, they have seen some things.
Yeah.
You have to understand, for them to still be together at this point in their life, they have dealt with and overcome a whole lot.
Yeah.
They just look, when you see them, they look just as happy.
They in love.
They're still love. I really respect that.
And you know, I used to have a crush on LL in high school. But
all the ladies love Cool J.
Who did?
Ladies love Cool J with them dimples.
What?
And the licking of them lips.
Him all the time. You know.
Then he got all buffed. Y'all remember that video 10 with Gabrielle Union? Ooh, baby, that was back. That's when BET used to be having it going on with the videos. And Simone. Yeah. What? Okay, now we Gen Xers. Okay. Well, I'm gonna let you go because I think everybody know who my favorite is.
Let me see.
I say one of my favorites would probably be DeVal and Kadeem Nuts.
Oh, I like that.
Wow. Yeah,
because
cool.
The authenticity of their relationship.
Yes.
They're not afraid to show how much they love each other.
Yeah, that's
And the PDA.
And yeah. And the PDA,
you ain't lying.
in how he loves his wife.
Yes.
And how she's been there for him through the ups and downs, no matter.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And so I think when you look at it, it's not about the celebrity. We're talking about the core of these relationships. And yeah, I just love the way that they move.
And she had an interesting take on when people get married and when like women get married to a guy and wants to make and they want to be just with that guy and you don't realize how much is your demand is placed on you from him. Yeah. He's not seeing any other women, just you. She's like, holy crap, I had no idea. Yeah. And she said, I wasn't ready for that. I really wasn't ready for that. Boy.
But she handled it.
Yeah, she handled it.
Because she gives him a run for his money, and I love it. You know, and one thing with DeVal and Kadeem, when I think I might have introduced Walt to them because Walt in his younger years, oh baby, he was DeVal. What? That even now, we in our mid-50s, but even now, my husband like for me to dance. And DeVal will tell, go drop it for me. And he licking the lips and everything else. Now, Walt be waiting for me to bust a move. Now, I can't drop it like Kadeem, baby. But baby, I love them. I love the way she loves her husband. Yeah. I love the way they cultivate their families, how they honor their parents. Yeah, that's awesome. So with them, they just remind us of us.
You guys, yeah.
You know, they remind us of us. And I mean, the ups and downs, you know, he played pro football, was injured and things, the highs and the lows. Yeah. You know, they have been very vulnerable and authentic, very transparent, and letting you know who they are and why they are like they are. Even I watch sisters that come on Wednesday nights on BET, and DeVal is on that show with, what is her name? Crystal? Yeah, Crystal. Crystal is their son. Yeah, Fatima. Crystal is their son's godmother. Now, at first I was like, that's a little strange, you know, because, you know, they have to do all this stuff on camera. But you know what Crystal said? The one that plays at Fatima? She said she got with Kadeem and said, what do you like and don't like? You know what type of level of respect that is? Yeah. Baby, I love them. Yeah. I love them. That's what's up. I'm not gonna lie to you. So yeah, that's a favorite. Yeah. And now my other favorite, because everybody know, and don't let me go walk out the room and go get the books. My other favorite is Jay-Z and Beyonce.
Okay, mine too.
And I'm gonna tell you why.
Mine too.
Jay-Z is a beast. And what I mean by that is he protects his family, and not only Beyonce, but his mama. Yeah. Now, do y'all know about his relationship with his mom? Okay. And so my thing is, even with Jay-Z and his business acumen, I'm so impressed by this man, because everybody be talking about Beyonce's beautiful husband, because she referred to him as a beautiful man. And if that's the way she see him, guess what else he did? That's how I see him. Right. I'm not finna talk about this man and his admiration for an artist, or his Rwanda. What is it? Rwanda. That's where he from. His roots trace back to Africa, and his hair. Because people don't understand this man's acumen and how he protects his family, but also how he almost lost his family because he want to be, he got caught up in what he do, you know, and you know what went down with the sister-in-law in the elevator and all that other stuff, and then Beyonce put out Lemonade. And then Solange put out the album with Cranes in the Sky on it. I can't think of the name of the album. And For Us, By Us. And then Jay-Z put out the album 444. Yeah. And if you listen to all three of those albums, you understand the story. And that story was about building legacy. And one thing with me, and while I love Beyonce as a performer, she's my favorite. But the building of legacy and also being able, Beyonce, to teach the history of our people through her music. And
She's
it's
an artist in so many.
it's more than just about the beat with all of them. With Jay-Z, Solange, with but we talking about couples. So Jay-Z and Beyonce, it's more than just about the beat, because Jay-Z has an album called The Blueprint.
Yeah.
And if you want to know how to get wealthy, it's in the blueprint. There was a question asked of Jay-Z, and they say, would you, if somebody offered you $500,000 or a meal with Jay-Z, which one would you take? You know what Jay-Z said? Take the money and listen to the blueprint.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to teach you how to invest this thing.
Right.
I'm going to teach you, because it's about their legacy and building a legacy.
But you know what that proves, though? One thing that people have always said, but I've always heard, most times you hear people who are doing things from the street.
Mm-hmm.
The intellect of people who live in the streets is extremely high.
Mm-hmm.
When you think about the way that they move and the way they have to do things, and they, like he said, dodging raindrops, making this work.
Yeah.
They are very smart.
Yes.
Because when they leave the streets and they get into business, like people like T.I., like people like Jay-Z, they do
love T.I. and Tiny.
The way they did it on the streets. It just changed. The product changed.
What they
do is the same thing.
Yes.
The strategy is the same.
The strategy is the same.
Yeah.
And see, they made a big deal. He got so much flack when he went to the NFL and sat at the table and got into that group. The point was to get at the table.
Yeah.
Because now, when you look at, since he's been there at the Super Bowls, and what he's done with the entertainment, now what he says in that room counts for something.
Oh,
yeah, absolutely. It's his table.
That's right.
It's his table.
Right. And he's sitting at them tables.
But
with
again,
billionaire owners.
It's a blueprint. And what's his name? Gillett from the little hype man for the Philadelphia Eagles. Gillett came through and say Jay-Z only smile with billionaires. Let me tell you something. Kanye West, as crazy as he is, I love Kanye West, but I did do a podcast over him being dangerous, and he came out the other day with a Nazi shirt on with the little symbol, with the swastika. But I'm gonna say this: Kanye said Jay-Z know how to move in a room full of vultures, and when you can move like that as a black man,
and they respect him too.
Yep.
You didn't learn how to play the game and win the game. And my thing is, everybody who get in contact with him, because Meg Thee Stallion gonna be next. Everybody who get in contact with him or he take under their wing, they become what? Billionaires.
Well, when you eat the crumbs,
except for
stupid.
We ain't gonna say nothing.
But when you eat, when you take the crumbs off a billionaire's table, you get millions. You see what I'm saying?
Now I see what you're saying.
That's where you living at. So you should be smart to eat the breadcrumbs from a billionaire. That's what you should be doing.
Jay-Z made them people mad because he say protesting, the time for protesting is over. And he was talking about Colin Kaepernick. And my thing is, Colin Kaepernick knew the consequence when he knelt down.
He did.
He knew the consequence. And so now we have what is called Know Your Rights. And they blackballed him from the NFL. But now the NFL is doing what? Standing 10 toes down for DEI.
Yep.
And you know why? Because who they have at the table? Jay-Z. So Colin Kaepernick did what he did so Jay-Z could sit where he sat.
He was a Rosa Parks. He was a modern day Rosa Parks.
You know.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then I have to say this because she mentioned Rosa Parks, and you know I honor Rosa Parks and all that she did, but Rosa Parks became the face of that because Claudette Colvin was the first one that refused to give up her seat, but because she was dark skinned and pregnant, they went with Rosa Parks
Get outta
for the
here.
movement. And so I just need y'all to understand it's a little deeper than that. The colorism is real, you know, even though I love my
caramel.
yes indeed.
Yeah.
You know, even though I love my caramel, but I
That
be
is
like,
crazy.
if I could be
Very
Kelly
true.
Rowland color, I would.
Okay, we're gonna do a whole nother episode because these are some serious history buffs.
Yes,
Right.
yes, yes. It's very true.
Yep.
It is very true. And so, you know, with that said, those are did we have another one?
That's it. We didn't hit them all. I think.
Okay, we did too. We had an extra one. I had a little. I'm gonna go ahead and shout them out. I gotta shout out Riri and ASAP Rocky because if you gonna be a woman that holds your man down no matter what he's facing, be Rihanna.
Okay.
Be Rihanna.
All right.
Because that man said, I didn't do this. This is self-defense. Y'all know he just beat a case that they was trying to really.
Hide him.
I don't even understand. The DA had the evidence that he was clear from the jump. But y'all want to make an example out of him.
Hide him.
Anyway, Riri did her thing. She was there every day supporting that man. And when that man was acquitted, Lil Blunder tried to get in his way. He just pushed her on the side and he went dived into Rihanna's arms. And that's a safe place for him.
Yep.
And of course, y'all know we love and will forever love our forever president and our forever first lady,
Yes.
Barack and Michelle Obama. Okay?
And
So
his tan suit.
in the tan suit. So with that said, we love y'all. Next week, we touching on dishing it, but can't take it. We love y'all, and we will see y'all next week.